Only reason this video is live, just so you know, is because I don't have enough storage in my phone, and I don't know if the live thing is my tricky way around it or it's not going to work. We'll find out. But I'm doing the best video of my life today, and the realest video, and I ran out of storage, so I wanted to see if I could do it live. And what I wanted to tell you is, let me just create a post. Hold on one sec so people can come. Okay, so what I wanted to tell you is when people come to you and say they're sorry about and they have to make amends to you, they're doing the step work and they've been clean like a month or two. I want to tell you it's bullshit. Okay? And the reason it's bullshit is because step one, two, three, and four. Step one, two, and three are quick. You could do that without writing anything, accepting you're powerless over your drug of choice. How many times have you said, I'm just going to go out for one drink? How many times have you said, tonight's my last night to get high? It's just acceptance. But step four, if you spoke to my sponsor, who I'm using again for the 1,000th time, he's a good friend of mine, lives in Florida. He just moved to Florida though. He lived here when he originally started sponsoring me. He'll tell you, you don't know how many times I've lost this kid during step four to rehabs and relapses. To step four, he'll disappear for years on you because step four is very hard and vulnerable. You have to get a book, okay, and this could take months and months. And that's why I say nobody could be up to step 9 in a month. Because step 4 is stuff in your subliminals that take months to come out. You have to buy a notebook and do an inventory of yourself and all of your resentments. Now your resentments, when I say resentments, resentments are things like, you're still, and I'm talking resentments from your whole life. My dad left me. My father touched me. My uncle raped me. I broke my finger because a guy cut me off. My English teacher was a dick to me because I'm black. I mean, I've heard every resentment in the world, and my resentments can fill 7 to 8 notebooks. Now you have to do, what role did you play in those resentments? What can you have done differently for a better outcome? Okay? And I fought with sponsors and said, why am I fucking, this isn't my fault, this guy stabbed me in the back and this. And it's not about that. It's about releasing those resentments and learning what role did you play in them. Hello, Jane, nice to see you. And it's about what role did you play in those resentments. And it gets very real. Hey, Kiddo Official, nice to see you. And basically what happened was, I remember, like, for example, I'm going to tell you my first resentment I ever wrote down that I thought I was some big shot because I got really deep. And this is something that, and some people might find it deep for someone like me who thinks I was a big shot and a big drug dealer and this and that. But I remember having a resentment when I was in 8th grade, about to go into high school. I was out with my friend. My friend's name was Noah Schwartz, okay? He got all the girls. He was a good-looking kid. He was a rich kid. And he had an older brother in high school, in 10th, 11th grade, that was also very popular, good with the ladies. And the reason I'm telling you this resentment is I blame this for making me a drug dealer, and I shouldn't, but it's a reason I did. A lot of times I said, I bet this is what caused me to start selling drugs, because I was humiliated. What happened was, we used to hang out at this place called the Flea Market in Oceanside. It's closed down now and became a bunch of shopping stores like Marshall's and Kohl's. But it used to be a big open flea market. And anyone from the area, it used to be before that a place called TSS, and it was also a roller hockey rink. But what happened was, we ran into these 3 beautiful girls that were Noah's brother's friends, and they said, hey, sweetie, and they gave him a kiss hello and a hug and all that. And I remember as this was probably 1989, 1990. I remember this as clear as day. Um, and okay, thank you, Scooby Doo. And the reason I don't, now I lost my train of thought because a message was blocked, but I don't see why it had to be blocked. It's fine. You don't, whatever. Um, the girl said to my friend Noah, "Where are all your good-looking?" No, he said. So, when are we gonna meet your good-looking friends that are coming to high school next week? We want to meet some hotties. And my friend Noah said, "Hey, I'm with Russell right here, and nice to meet you." And I said, "Hi, girls." And I was not confident back then. I was a tall, skinny, langly, pimply fucking eighth grader. And the girl looked at my friend Noah and said, "No, I mean your hot friends, dummy." And I'm telling you, I was devastated. This is 40 years later, I'm still talking about this. And it's the first resentment I ever wrote down. So, and I remember saying, "Fuck these bitches. I'm gonna be the biggest. If I can't get girls, I'll just become the biggest fucking drug dealer in fucking town, or I'll do this, or I'll do that." And I just remember I was so hurt. I cried for fucking secretly, not in front of anyone, but I cried for a long time. What's up, Scooby Doo? I'm glad I look like that person. Um, I cried for a very, very long time behind the closed doors because of that, and I always put that in as a resentment, whether it was, but that's why I'm saying step four takes a long time and it's very hard to do because I just got depressed thinking about that just now. So if you're not emotionally ready to do step four, it will take you right back out to drugs. So I'm kind of doing, my sponsor only wants me to do one resentment a day. So step four is going to take me like a year, and that's fine. But I just wanted to kind of talk to people about that and tell you what some addicts go through on a daily basis, and that you'll notice their mood might change while they're going through step four because they're not going to tell you about step four and they're not going to explain that to you. And you might wonder why they're acting differently or they seem depressed or because you're going to realize that every resentment you have you played a role in it and that you have to take accountability for it. I could resent. I noticed I was blocked from two chats, my two favorite chats today. I'm blocked from FBS and Gunsmoke now. Last night I was writing him all night and nobody saw anything, so I'm definitely blocked from him. So I just sat there and I built up resentments. Like, why, man? I apologized and this and that, but like, they don't have to accept my apology. Um, you know, like, who am I to, what role? So, right away, let's take that as a resentment. My resentment is two people that are my favorite content creators and people I consider friends on YouTube, are FBS and Gunsmoke, and somebody blocked me from both their chats. It could be a wrench, it could be them, and it sucks because they're my favorite chats to be in, and they help me stay clean, quite frankly, and give me something to do. So now, no, at S. Vision, I was not a gangster. I was, I sold drugs, but I was never in the mob or anything like that, if that's what you mean. But I am a retired drug dealer. But so my first resentment is that. Now, what role did I play in those resentments? Um, I acted like an asshole. Um, I told one of them to go fuck themselves, and I don't think I was a very good friend when one of their parents died. I don't think I contacted him enough and asked him how he was doing. And as far as, hey, Becky Town, yeah, last night I was trying to say hello to everyone, and I don't even think he knows, to be honest. I'm not calling him out to fight with him or anything. I just miss it. I'll tell you that in a sec. I was every narcotic, Vision, uh, Roxy's, heroin, crack, uh, Adderall, you name it, I did it. I'm a junk box. But Becky Town, yeah, I didn't know I was blocked either. We just had said hello to each other the night before in another chat too. So I don't know. I don't think I did anything that made him mad. So it might be something. Him and FBS both might not know that I'm blocked, but maybe I am, or maybe it's because my membership ran out of both of them, and you could only say, who knows. But my point is, the resentment in step 4. Um, Thank you, Becky Town. I will definitely do that. Um, was I successful in my dealings? No. I was a very good drug addict, actually. Yes, I did. I did more drugs than the average person, I'd say. And so if that's what you mean by successful, then I guess you could say that. But to continue with my step 4 approach, so I would say that was a resentment. But what role did I play in that resentment? Um, you know, the role I played was acting like a complete psychotic person on here, and being a terrible friend, not calling somebody when their family member died, taking somebody that let me go on their show every night and being mean to him and letting him platform me, and me being rude to his friends and being rude to him if he didn't let me on the show, and saying things that were very hurtful, and basically causing him a lot of agita that he didn't need, and that's, I'm talking about Gunsmoke. And, what role, then the next part of step 4 would be, what can you have done to act differently? And the only thing I could do, I can't control how other people are going to react to my mistakes. If people don't want to forgive me, I can't change anything about that. But I can at least take accountability and get things off my chest. And, you know, thank you, Estat Vision. Um, you know, and that can be what I do, and there are so many of these things and these problems and these resentments that turn out to be my fault, that if I did them all in one day, my head would explode. The best you could do. Hey, thank you, MMOF27. Happy New Year to you, brother. Pleasure to see you. So yeah, so that's step 4. It's just about taking accountability, doing a self-inventory, and anyone who is up to step 4 and they're new in recovery, my only, message to you is, because I'm telling you, I've used it as an excuse for 20 years to go get high. Step 4, that's the reason I relapsed. That I swore to God that was the reason I relapsed, because you're gonna remember some deep shit. Maybe not the first night you do it, but that 6th or 7th night, all of a sudden you're gonna remember something that went on between you and maybe your parents when you were younger, and you're gonna remember what a brat you were about something, and how bad, now that you're a parent, maybe you're gonna remember how bad you made them feel, or something, and you're gonna say to yourself, holy shit, you know, or what, how mad you were at your parents because you had the earliest curfew and your friendship out of your neighborhood, and you know, you did this and that, and you stole your mother's engagement ring for crack, and you stole your grandmother's fucking Holocaust fucking something for fucking, you know, something people, you know, the things that we've done, you know, I don't care who you are. If you're a true drug addict, there is at least one thing that you have done that you have never, that you might be proud of some things you've done that most people wouldn't be proud of because we're all crazy. But trust me, there's at least one thing that every drug addict does that they are not proud of and have not told even their slimiest friend about. And that shit has to come out in step 4, and eventually you have to read it to your sponsor. So is it scary? Yes, sure. It's deep. Is it a reason to go relapse? Fuck no. I mean, absolutely not. You should never relapse um, based on something. If your sponsor doesn't make you feel safe enough to do step 4, then maybe you have the wrong sponsor, and you should not. You know, I call it breaking up, because finding a sponsor and then breaking up with them, it's almost like finding a girlfriend. Like, it's like you first have to go up to some random person you never met before, and they're like, "Here's my phone number. Make sure you call me every day, and then we'll start doing the work." And you're like, "Oh my god, this shit is gay as fuck." And then you do it. Some people bond together. Some people are best friends with their sponsors. Their sponsors have given them a life. They do things sober. They go fishing. They go skiing. They go to concerts. They go to comedy shows. They have lives not based around drugs and alcohol and drug dealing. And some people don't hit it off with their sponsors. They're bad. Their chemistry is not good together. I happen to love my sponsor. He's a great guy, but he is not. I look at him more as like a cool father than like a best friend. Because he is. I think he is a little older than me anyway. But he also. I mean, he's one of those people that he hears. He's friends with all my friends in real life, like not just the drug world, because we got each other's jobs, passing the real estate test together, and you know, let's just say, you know, not only stories he's heard, but things that he's seen me do. I mean, he'll just shake his head and say, "This guy's fucking bananas," and you know, but trust me, I'll tell him, you have to be able to trust your sponsor enough to tell them anything you want. If you murdered somebody, you have to be able to trust him with that. You know, maybe that's the one thing you'll leave out, but guess what? That might be the one resentment that takes you back to relapse every time. So that's a decision I can't tell you what to do with, because there's legal stuff involved in that, and I'm not allowed to give legal advice. But I will tell you, just stay strong, keep fighting the good fight, and take your time. The 12 steps were written a certain way, and there is no time limit on them. They can take you 3 years to do, and you can have a better recovery than somebody it takes 2 months to do. And I'm telling you, that's one thing I've seen for a fact. You know, they tell you what to do. It's guaranteed. Okay. What's interesting about Narcotics Anonymous and Bill W. and, well, he's Alcoholics Anonymous. He was the original founder with Dr. Jim, I believe his name is, or whatever. It's been years since I actually read the big book. But, you know, these people wrote out a way that guarantees, okay? They use this word, guarantees If you do everything you're told, okay? Um, Everything you're told, exactly the way it's laid out, the step work and, other stuff that your sponsor might tell you to do. Um, that might, you're guaranteed, they say, to live a serenity, the goal is to live a serene, happy lifestyle. Have some serenity in your life without doing drugs. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, to change the things I can, and the courage and the wisdom to know the difference. Um, those words are very big. Uh, but, that's all I got for you right now. Uh, I'm running out of storage on this phone. It's going to hang up. But thank you to anyone who was here tonight. Thank you. Was it Becky or yeah, Becky Town? Thank you so much. If you can just, I'm gonna jump on the next chat that Guns has, and if you see me when I say hello, just let me just. We don't even have to tell anyone I thought I was blocked. You can just write me back, and um, you know, I'll know that I'm not blocked. But if you don't see me till the end, if you don't see me the whole chat, or maybe I'll private message you if you have a, I don't know if that works, how that works with you post YouTube, if there's like DMs like Insta. But if there's any way for me to get in touch with you, I'll let you know if I'm blocked. And if you could just ask him if he said it, you know, if he wants me out, I won't be mad. I don't think he does. We just said Happy New Year to each other the night before in Common Senses chat. And we just said hello to each other, and I've been doing nothing but making complimentary videos about people like him. And um, so thank you very much, Becky. Appreciate it. All right, guys. So thank you all. I know there was a big 2 or 3 people here for my live. I appreciate it. But you know what? Whoever did come in and say hello, you did keep me sober another day. So that's all. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.